We all should know that diversity makes for a rich tapestry, and we must understand that all the threads of the tapestry are equal in value no matter what their color, or their gender, their disability, their language, religion, or their sexual orientation. Maya Angelou.
Embracing diversity is about inclusion, respecting differences, and removing barriers. Everyone wins. Employees are empowered to do their best work and therefore more engaged and motivated. Guests feel more welcome with a sense of belonging. Embracing diversity is not just the right thing to do, it is the smart thing to do. It is good for business.
To really embed diversity in the DNA of an organization, you have to have buy-in throughout the entire organization. And the way you get that buy-in is by bringing it to life, is by actually executing against plans to create a more diverse environment in terms of diversity of thinking and the way people process, and building teams that are diverse that ultimately create a better business result. And that better business result is the reinforcing mechanism that gets people to really buy in at all levels of the organization to the fact that diversity is good for business.
When people see a diverse group of leaders, they think there's opportunity for them as well. And that's so important. They also think that this is a culture that embraces diversity throughout the entire organization. So we as leaders need to walk the talk. We need to reflect the culture and the diversity of all of our employees and of our guests.
One of the things that's most compelling about this discussion is as you look at the numbers, it's clear that multicultural is where the growth of the business is going to be. So for those properties and those hotel companies that understand and appreciate that and look at this opportunity as something that they can really work on and capture, that they get their workforce to be reflective of those customers, that they understand what those customers want and need, and create loyalty with those customers, those hotel companies are going to be the ones that will be the winners going forward.
By understanding the varying needs and perspectives of both employees and guests, you will increase employee retention and guest loyalty. It's not just the right thing to do, it's the only way to stay competitive in an increasingly diverse marketplace.
It takes great people to make things happen. Therefore, we strive to cultivate a global workforce where individuals from a wide array of backgrounds with different experiences and viewpoints are valued. As a result, we have a culture rich in diversity, where personal accountability, professional growth opportunities, and recognition for a job well done are everyday occurrences.
We want to reflect the environment in which we work. We like to sustain the economic development that goes on within the local communities. We like to think about how we can leave a lasting footprint in terms of skilling up a workforce that can have choices in terms of linking to the travel industry and tourism sector as a whole.
We have so many different types of guests coming into our properties. The more diverse that our own associate base is, the better we can understand and respond to the interests and wants of those different types of guests. So diversity is great for our business because it helps us give our guests better experiences.
We think it certainly is part of our culture, and our culture is a very powerful tool that we have both to recruit and especially to retain. But that culture is about the spirit to serve. It's also about opportunity, and it's about being allowed to perform up to potential, no matter the background, and make sure that those opportunities for success are available to everybody.
A fully integrated diversity program includes giving minority-owned suppliers an equal chance to earn your business. Your buying pattern should reflect your corporate values, address the needs to the organization, and respect the bottom line.
Our experience is that when you work with relatively smaller minority business enterprises that are founder-operated, the commitment level is very high. They're hyper-focused on making sure that they're delivering for the customer base. The other thing is that inherently they're entrepreneurial. by definition, they've started their own businesses and they took that step. And so the thought process and their openness to new ideas and experimenting and being able to deliver great value is second nature to who they are as people. So I think that there's just doing good business with good companies that's at the core of this.
There is a growing need for the U.S. lodging industry to identify and promote to new markets of opportunity. The 5 groups to focus on include women, African Americans, Hispanics, Asian Americans, and the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, better known as LGBT, market. What is most notable about all of these markets is their projected growth between now and 2020.
Why is diversity in the hotel industry important? Well, take a look at our guests. They are tremendously diverse. In 2010, we hosted 60 million international arrivals from all over the world. Our guests from the United States are diverse too. Our country is known as a melting pot of people from different ethnic backgrounds, religions, and age groups. To serve them properly, our industry must acknowledge that diversity.
What I've really learned is that people are wonderful all over the world. And the cultures are so rich. And the opportunity we have to learn about those cultures and learn about people and develop great understanding is phenomenal. I mean, that's what's so wonderful about our business. It's the opportunity to travel and to experience these wonderful cultures, eat great food, and see wonderful destinations and sites.
Get up from your desk, go outside, walk the neighborhood, get in touch with the families that are there, understand what the community is, see what businesses are operating in that community. Because when you're trying to tie the idea of making an inclusive environment within your hotel to your business, remember that your guests are people who are coming to visit those families and coming to do business with those businesses. It is indispensable. It's absolutely tied very tightly to your success.
It is important that not only the hotel companies, the brands, but also the general managers and the operators understand the rapidly growing environment of the multicultural aspect of diversity and inclusion and what needs to be done to appeal to and to attract that customer base. It's not just the right thing to do, although that's important, it's also good for business. This is where the industry is moving. This is where the growth is occurring. We will soon be a multicultural society, and if you don't know how to operate and market in that environment, you're going to be left behind.
It's clear that there is a commitment among industry leaders to diversity. Now, it's up to each of you to incorporate diversity measures into your properties. The American Hotel and Lodging Association has resources to help. Just log on to AH&LA.com and click on Programs. There, you will find diversity initiatives that will add value to your organization. This video was produced by the American Hotel and Lodging Association with support from the following companies: